I'm getting ready to go inside and speak with Lawless and Danika Hazard of the Evergreen Bridal Studio. So come check it out. Hi there, welcome to an edition of Kari Sells the City, the Tacoma edition. I am Kari Ray Davis, realtor with Keller Williams Realty and Park Bench Ambassador for the North End and Downtown Tacoma. And today we are talking with Lawless and Danika Hazard of the Evergreen Bridal Studio here in Tacoma. So thank you, ladies, for coming to join me today. Thank you for letting me come see your studio.
Of course. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I want to find out a little bit about how you ladies got into this business and what inspired you to get started.
Yeah, well, honestly, I grew up in the fashion industry. My mom actually worked in it for quite a few years, and it has always been a love and a passion of mine. I never thought that I would be able to do it full-time and in a professional capacity such as this one. But my husband and I were talking about it, and he was like, it sounds like something that you're passionate about and you should put on paper. And he encouraged me to write a business proposal, and I kind of just took off from there.
Oh, wow. That's exciting, having support there from that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It would not have happened without him, for sure.
I mean, it takes a village sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Especially
Absolutely.
the encouragement and getting ready to get started.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Evergreen Bridal Studio and what makes you stand out from other bridal salons that you might find here in Tacoma.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the first thing that is going to set us apart is we do only take one appointment at a time.
Okay.
So it feels very VIP, very private. Each appointment is very carefully customized to the bride and to what she's looking for. We do cute little name signs, and we offer mocktails for guests and everything, so it ends up just
very
being
personalized.
Yeah, it feels just like intimate and safe and comfortable, which is something that is really important, especially for brides who are maybe feeling a little bit vulnerable or a little bit, just nervous, because a lot of these brides have never put a dress on their bodies before, so
right.
Having
especially
that moment,
something like this.
Yeah,
it's such a huge moment in somebody's life. So
it is. And what little girl doesn't dream about finding her wedding dress, right? You know, you're building this entire experience up in your mind, and we want to be able to provide that and to make all the dreams come true.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how many people do you have at an appointment at a time?
That's a good question. So I am of a bit of a different philosophy. I know a lot of bridal boutiques will tell you you can't bring more than 5 guests, you can't bring more than 7, you can't bring more than like X, Y, and Z number. Mm-hmm. I think the number doesn't really matter. It just matters who you bring. You want people who are going to support you and be here for you and help you find exactly what you're looking for, not what they're looking for.
Right.
So if that means you have 10 girls who are like your biggest fans, bring all 10. If it means you have one girl who is maybe not great, maybe don't bring her. Come by yourself.
You want it to be supportive, right?
Exactly. Because honestly, at the end of the day, that's all we're here for.
That's good. Yay. So if you are a soon-to-be bride, when should you start looking for your dress?
Oh my word. Okay. So this is really important for a lot of brides.
Yes, this is a good one to educate people because it is very important.
Well,
and people might not know.
Well, and that's why I thought it's good to ask, because if you've never gone through it, you need to make sure you time it right.
Exactly. And you want to have all of the options available to you that you would have if you do have enough time and if you've budgeted for enough time. Because unfortunately, a lot of times brides maybe don't have every option available to them because they come in and they're like, hey, my wedding is in 2 weeks from now. So all that to say, we typically tell brides our gowns take 6 to 8 months to come in.
Okay.
Once they place that order. And then alterations, I would say.
Alterations, at the very minimum 2 months. But we like more than that. If you can get it in and have, 4 or 5 months till your wedding, that's great for alterations.
Okay.
We have time to make changes, but...
Well, especially depending on what you need done. Because some of these gals are totally redoing the dress, or they're adding things that are just time intensive.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So really probably like a year about?
We generally would say a year.
Okay.
Yeah, just to be safe. And you don't ever want to be stressed out because you're like, oh shoot, like my wedding is in 2 weeks and I have my final fitting in 8 days or something like that.
Right. So how many appointments do you think that you need? So once you've chosen your dress, how many times do you come in after you've chosen your dress for fittings and alterations and whatnot?
So you'll come in after your dress arrives.
Okay.
So you've ordered the dress, it comes into the shop. You can come in, and sometimes at that appointment we can roll it into the first alterations.
Okay.
So you'll try it on, you get to get that first look of how it is, and then at the same time we can, start pinning, doing the hem, and kind of getting the fit just right. After that, you'll come back in, try it on again after those alterations have been done, and then from there you might be able to take it home that day, or you might need another fitting where we make some more changes, and then you come back in. So
that's the beauty of the alterations process as well, is figuring out, what you want the end result to be. And sometimes you discover new alterations that you might want done, or the original plan was to maybe add some lace somewhere, and you see it when it's all fit and you're like, never mind, like I love it just like it is. So
which is really important to discuss and say, this is exactly the process that we're going to do. So if you want to hold off on these changes, or maybe you want to wait to pick a veil,
right,
or wait till you get your
keep
shoes,
everything matching together,
exactly, then we can let those brides know that we have time for that, and here's the process, and here's how we're going to do it, so you can make it your mind.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a question too, where what happens if you put a few extra pounds on during your fittings? Do you have to? I mean, a year is a long time before your wedding, so I'm sure some women may lose weight, or some women may not. So I'm curious, how do you address that as well?
Especially during time when you're really stressed out. Some people's bodies react differently. I will generally ask the bride if they are planning actively trying to lose weight, or if they're planning on staying the same size, not changing, which is ideal. I would love for all brides to just stay exactly how they are. Yes, but so we'll kind of talk that through and make decisions based on that. But by the time the dress actually comes in, maybe 6 months later, then it's closer to the wedding date. And if they are telling me, my weight fluctuates a lot, maybe we'll wait a little bit more for that final fitting, just to know that it's going to be perfect by the time they take it home.
And really, at the end of the day, it all comes down to just being very honest and transparent. And every woman knows her own body. Where you're going to lose that few extra inches or the few extra pounds, and where if you're stressed and you're having those nights where it's just pizza and ramen or things like that, you're okay, I know that my hips are where I gain my weight.
Right.
If you just tell us, we can absolutely.
That way, when I'm sewing it and doing those alterations, I can keep that in mind and be I want to make her comfortable. I want her to feel good in this dress and good about her body. So
well, and also one thing I've noticed in dresses that I've had in the past, what you fit in standing up, it feels different when you're sitting down. And so having that
or getting down on the dance floor,
right? Those things are important to take into consideration. And I'm sure having the custom alterations, you can do
definitely.
that. So it's good to think of that. So what kind of special events do you guys here have? Trunk shows and whatnot. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh my goodness. Our trunk shows are the best. I absolutely love hosting trunk shows with the different designers that we work with, and potentially with new designers who are looking to introduce their brand to the store and to the PNW in general. But really, the trunk shows are just a really good way for brides to see either new collections or new designs that we wouldn't normally have in the shop. And then once a quarter, we also do open houses. So a Saturday morning, brides can come in and they can look through the dresses without making an appointment, and they can bring whoever. And that way you just get a really good sense of what the shop looks like, what the experience will be like when you do make an appointment, and potentially what even styles you're interested in trying, or even looking at whether our shop is a good fit for you.
Right. Well, and especially because you are appointment only, those open houses, I'm sure, are really, really helpful.
Definitely.
They are because, I mean, again, a lot of brides, they don't know necessarily what they're looking for, and they don't know if we are the right shop for them. And we try to put everything on the website, but sometimes you just need to see the dresses in person and feel them.
I'm a big fan of coming in and experiencing things.
Oh my gosh.
So, I bet that, I know when I walked in today, the dresses are so beautiful. It's so much fun just to see it all. So
that's great for the planners too, who are hey, my wedding's not for 2 years, but I want to look at all the shops before I make an appointment.
Get their vision. It's a big day. Yeah. So you ladies are both military brides, and you cater to military brides and families. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my husband is on the Air Force side. He is a C-17 pilot down at JBLM along with her husband.
Okay.
And we something that my husband and I talked about early on was we want to support our military families as best as we can. So we do offer a military discount. It's the only discount our shop does offer. But we prioritize that. Yeah. And we love finding those other brides who are about to step into the same lifestyle and the same world, because it is a leap.
It is.
I bet. Well,
it's a good leap though.
Right, and I bet they have comfort knowing that you've experienced it, and you can maybe give some solace or some advice on what it's going to be like being a military bride and being in the military and being part of that family.
And there's this whole other aspect of getting married in the military, traveling for your wedding. Is your family coming from here or there, and everyone's coming together? So
working
it's fun
in your
to talk about that. Yeah,
right. I bet
you're probably moving.
I have people flying in and out for fittings and shipping the dress. And
wow, well, it's nice to know that you do all of that.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's great.
It is so rewarding to help someone find the right match for them, and that's all this is about. It's not about selling you the dress. It's about making sure that it is your dream dress, and this is the one that you were supposed to get married in and walk down the aisle in and have those forever pictures in.
Right. Yeah. So I'm curious, why did you ladies choose Downtown Tacoma to open up the bridal salon?
Well, first off, she was here first.
I was.
Oh, were you? Okay.
So my sewing studio is just down the street.
Okay.
It's in the heart of downtown Tacoma, very artsy district. And when Kay wanted to open, Evergreen Bridal, I was like, oh, you have to open it downtown.
Yeah,
you'll love it down there. And it's just so nice because there's really good restaurants nearby, and there's all of this rich art culture here,
yes, there is.
Which is so fun. And I was like, this is just a perfect place for brides to come. Plus, at the time there was no other bridal shops downtown. You had to go to 6th Ave or Seattle or something. So it was like, this is great down here.
And it's nice because it's easy access, great parking right outside.
It is,
yeah, easy to get to from 705 or from I-5. So
yeah, and honestly, I do believe Tacoma is really on the rise. I think it's one of those cities that can only get better every year, and we are happy to contribute to that, and we're ready to rise with it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited to introduce everybody to the Evergreen Bridal Studio and Danika and Kay. And how is the best way for people to get in touch with your businesses?
So honestly, we tell all of our potential brides to check out the website. We list pretty much everything on our website. We list our events, we list our gowns, our designers, all of it. How to book an appointment, what appointments are like, and what to expect, and what to maybe prepare your mind for. And then honestly, once you book that appointment, we reach out and just kind of touch base with you on your wedding date and the styles that you're interested in, and then we bring you into the shop and do a whole fashion show.
Okay, great. So what is your website? Why don't you
Our
tell
website
everybody?
is www.evergreenbridalstudio.com.
Great. And what about you, Danika?
Instagram is the best way to see what I'm doing at the moment. But Kay can always keep me in touch with her brides and scheduling appointments for fittings, which will all come, with the big package that you get after you buy the dress. So Instagram also, Evergreen Bridal Studio and Evergreen Sewing Studio.
That's fantastic. And the ladies are here located at 711 St. Helens Avenue, Unit 103C, correct? Right? Tacoma, 98402. So if you are getting married and you need to start going down the adventure of getting your dress, come and talk to Kay and Danika. Lovely ladies, lovely studio, easy access. So I'm really happy to be able to share your business with everybody here on the Park Bench community. So thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
You. So come down to their shop. And I am Kari Ray Davis, a realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Kari sells the city. And thank you so much for coming by today.